So mechanical hard drives might finally be coming to the end of their existence, although very slowly. So there has been a dramatic decrease in hard drives being sold over the past year. So first of all, we have a few sectors. So first of all, we have the enterprise sector. Now, this space has not really dropped so many sales at all. You know, in fact, the normal enterprise grade drives haven't really dropped at all. Only the super high performance enterprise grade drives have dropped in the amount of units sold. And well, that is because if you just have pretty much any enterprise grade SSD, it's just gonna monstrously outperform an enterprise performance optimized hard drive, just because this technology is just a lot better for high performance, for high speed and such things than this thing. It's just an inherent advantage. And yeah, so but the enterprise sector isn't really the problem. The consumer sector for the 3.5 and the 2.5 inch hard drives is a bigger issue. So what is this sector? So that's the normal, good old standard 3.5 inch desktop drives that people have. And then we also have these things, which is the 2.5 inch drives. These usually come in laptops. Not really anymore. Most laptops just come with SSD only at this point. But products like this are still pretty useful to have more storage with you on the go. But apparently, this market has fallen by 30 to 40% in sales in the past year, which is a gigantic difference. And I mean, you know, it was expected that these things were gonna get phased out in the consumer side of things. But 30 to 40% in a year, that is pretty huge. Now it does make sense because the thing is, SSDs are constantly getting better and cheaper. I mean, in fact, you know, these things are sort of cheaper than these guys because, I mean, there's just a lot of less material here. So you can get 120 gig SATA SSD at this point for $15. Plus, you can actually make the casing out of plastic as well. So you just have a few chips on the inside. Whereas this is a lot of metal magnets and stuff. You know, so it's just gonna be a bit more you can't get the price as low as you can get it for some of these things. So consumers at this point seem to only be using hard drives just as their backup storage devices, which does make sense. You know, I mean, Windows 11 I'm pretty sure only runs on SSDs, and you should not be running an OS on any sort of a hard drive at this point. You should just be running it on SSDs. Games, programs, all need to run on SSDs at this point because everything just takes literally ages if you run it off a hard drive at this point. And the thing is, people don't need that much capacity these days because a lot of the things that we do are also backed up in the cloud and stuff like that, so people just don't have that much data. So these things, you know, I mean, they're still great for backing up data because you still get a higher capacity than compared to the SSDs. Not to mention, if these fail, and they are more likely to fail than SSDs, if these fail, the data is recoverable more easily than with SSDs. So they still kind of make sense, but pretty much only for backing up your data. So it's I guess time to say goodbye to hard drives in the consumer market, at least. You know, maybe in a few years it might be a little bit of a niche product to have a hard drive. So long, you spinning rust, as some people call it.